Do you want to be that reliable man? Do you want your girl to look up to you and say, he's my superhero, he can solve my problems? Or do you want her to look at you and not trust you? Do you want your mom to trust that you will help her when she needs it and that you will support her when she's older? Or do you want her to look at you and think, what am I going to do when this kid grows up? Do you want your dad to trust that you will have a good future? Or do you want to see you as a weight on his back? These are all questions that you need to ask yourself if you're trying to be a reliable man. So today, I'm going to teach you how to become one. So, have you guys ever had that one role model? Maybe it was your dad, maybe it was your older brother, I don't know. That one guy who, whenever you had a problem, you always went to him. And somehow you always got it solved. Let's say you were being bullied in school as a kid. You went up to your big brother and you said, they're hitting me, they're tripping me. And he's like, okay, don't worry about it. The next day, all the kids in your school were scared to even look at you in the eyes. Or maybe you had a boo-boo when you were young. And your dad was like, put some fucking dirt on it. And it worked. That is an example of being a reliable man. Now, why did you choose that person to go to with your problems? Because they had these 5 traits of any reliable man. Number 1, reliable men stick to their word. When they say they're going to do something, they fucking do it. No excuses. So, if I say that I'm going to look after your dog when you go on vacation for the next week, and you trust me with that, I'm doing it. That was a terrible example. Let me give you another one. Let's say you and your friend get into an altercation at the beach. And your friend has always said, yeah, I got your back. Yeah, I do anything for you. I'd fight. And as soon as you guys start getting into it, and the other men are screaming at you, you look back and he's running away. How would that make you feel? Like he's a pussy, right? Like he's not reliable. Well, that's what it looks like to other people when you don't stick to your word. So that's the first thing you need to do. Stick to your word 1000% of the time. Step number 2 to become a reliable man is having a skill set. If you don't have a skill set, if you aren't good at anything, why are people going to come to you with their problems? How can you solve them? You're useless. So, have a skill set that people can rely on when they need help with something. Maybe that's financial skill set. Maybe you have money and you know, and people know that whenever they need money, you're there. Not to be confused with being, a trick or having a gold digger, but if loved ones need your financial resources, you're there for them. Another one is, for example, being a person that commands respect. Let's say your friend or brother is having a problem with this other dude. You can be the person to step in and be like, hey, get this solved. Bop, bop, bop. Boom, solved. Another one can be that you are just very responsible. Maybe your friend needs something taken care of and he can't trust anybody else because everybody lies nowadays. But he knows that your word is gold, so you're going to take care of it. Be that friend for him. All these are examples of having a skill set. I think anybody has a skill set if you really look at it. I think no matter what type of person you are, you're good at something, and that something can help other people. So find out what that is and keep getting better at it. That leads me to my second tip to be a reliable man, which is that action over talk any day. We've all had that one friend who says, yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I promise I'll do that. Oh, I'll get to that later. But they never end up doing it. And we look at them and we say, this guy fucking sucks. It comes to a point where when he talks and he says that he's going to do something, you already know that he means nothing. So what I want you to do is, instead of telling people that you will be reliable or that you will have their back or that you will solve their problems, directly do it for them. If you're with your girl and she's having a problem with homework, God, that's a bad example. Cut that. If your girl is moving into a new place and she doesn't know how to install the furniture, instead of saying, yeah, I'll help you, yeah, maybe the next day, find a video on how to install furniture. I don't fucking know where you're gonna find it. You're a man, be resourceful, and do it. Quick. Women don't want you to keep talking, they want you to do it. That's what'll get them dripping. This also goes for yourself. Instead of telling yourself, yeah, I'm gonna hit the gym next year. Yeah, I'm gonna start that business next month when there's not that many things to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to that girl tomorrow. Just do it. Stop telling yourself you're gonna do these things. Just act on it. Quick. John Cena, just do it. That's why he's rich and a multimillionaire. He just did it. The third tip to become a reliable man is to have sheer confidence. No one is going to believe you, no matter how much you say things, if you're not confident in them. And the only way to be confident in what you're saying is to know that you can back it up 100% of the time. So, if I say, don't worry, if you need X amount of money, I'll give it to you. If I look at my bank account and I'm peeled for money, I'm not going to have the confidence to say that. So people are going to sniff it off of me. They're going to be like, yeah, no, this guy, he doesn't have it. Which is fine if you don't have the money, just don't say you do. Another example. God, I'm fucking bad at examples today. If your girl needs help with homework and she comes to you with her math homework because she knows that you're smart and you are doing the equation and you say, yeah, I think the answer is 2. She's going to look at you and say, is the answer 2 or not? And then she's going to go to her calculator and find out that it was 3, not 2. So you just got bitched by a calculator, and that calculator took your girl, all because you didn't say things with confidence. Do you want your girl to get taken by a calculator? No? Okay. Have sheer confidence. And my final tip is to worry about handling your problems first. Have you guys ever been on a plane and every time they're giving the instructions about how if the plane goes to too much altitude, these masks will drop and you guys will put them on to be able to breathe, yada, yada, yada. What's the first thing they say when that happens? Do you know what I'm talking about? What's the first thing they say? They say, do not try and help any other person to put their mask on until you've put yours on first. Why? Because I don't care if that's your kid, I don't care if that's your grandparent. If you try to help put theirs on and you pass out because you didn't put yours on first, you're useless to them. You're on the floor passed out. So, in the same way, if you try to handle someone else's problems, but you yourself have a bunch of problems in your personal life, there's no way you're going to be able to help them because you're already a useless piece of shit. Wow, I mean. Truth. So, the best way to handle other people's problems is to handle your problems first. Because that way, you won't have to stress about your problems. You already achieved them. You're like, I can handle this. I can handle anything. I know this was a bit of a rant, but if you did get any value from it, which if you didn't, rewatch the video again, I don't know what you're doing, go subscribe to my channel because it's pretty fucking entertaining and you might learn something if you pay attention. So, having said this, bye-bye.